Is this the sound of desperation or the sound of determination? With the clock ticking louder than ever on the greatest dynasty of our generation, how far is the front office willing to go? How much of the future are they willing to mortgage for one more legitimate shot at an NBA championship? That's the billion-dollar question hanging over the Golden State Warriors right now. Because a new rumor has surfaced, and it's not just smoke. It's a potential fire that could reshape the entire Western Conference. The whispers are growing louder, connecting the Warriors to a high-value target deep in the heart of Texas. We're talking about a player from the San Antonio Spurs, a 24-year-old wing brimming with the exact kind of energy and skill set that could supercharge our offense. This isn't a minor tweak or a fringe signing. This is a move with a $19 million price tag, a move that would signal to the entire league that the Warriors are not content to just ride off into the sunset. They're looking to reload the cannons for another war. But the cost of this weapon could be steep, potentially demanding we part with a very young talent we spent years grooming. So we have to ask, is this the final piece of the puzzle, or a gamble that could backfire spectacularly? Let's get right to it. The player at the center of these rumors is the Spurs' explosive forward, Keldon Johnson. For those who haven't been paying close attention to San Antonio's rebuild, Johnson is a bulldog. He's a physical, aggressive wing who built his reputation on relentlessly attacking the basket, using his strength to absorb contact and finish through defenders. He plays with a fiery energy that can be infectious. But over the last few seasons, he's diligently worked to round out his game, developing a respectable outside shot that defenses now have to honor. At just 24 years old, he brings that perfect blend of proven production and untapped potential. A guy who is already good but has the tools to become great. Now, picture that player in Steve Kerr's system. Imagine Keldon Johnson catching the ball on the wing while Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson are flying around screens, warping the entire defense. The gravity of the Splash Brothers would give him wider lanes to the basket than he has ever seen in his career. He would be a devastating slasher and a perfect release valve when the initial plays break down. He provides a point-of-attack aggression and secondary scoring punch that this team has desperately needed. He's not just another body. He's a strategic fit, a dose of youthful athleticism who could thrive in our motion offense and provide the versatility we need to compete over a grueling 82-game season and 4 playoff rounds. Of course, a player of this caliber doesn't come cheap. The Spurs, led by the legendary Greg Popovich, are not running a charity. They are in the early stages of the Victor Wembanyama era and are laser-focused on acquiring long-term assets, draft picks, and young prospects. And unfortunately for us, we have exactly what they'd be looking for. Any realistic trade proposal for Keldon Johnson would almost certainly have to start with names like Jonathan Kuminga or Moses Moody. This is where the debate becomes painful for Dub Nation. Do we part with Kuminga's breathtaking, raw athleticism and star potential? Or do we sacrifice Moody's steady, reliable two-way game and high basketball IQ? This is the ultimate test for Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the front office. It's a calculated risk. You will be trading away a piece of your future, a player you drafted and developed, for a more established win-now piece. On top of that, with the Warriors already deep into the luxury tax, the salary matching gymnastics will be incredibly complex, likely requiring even more assets, like future draft picks, to be thrown into the pot. This is an all-in move, a declaration that the window for Steph, Klay, and Draymond is right now, and every other consideration is secondary. And let's be clear, if the Warriors pull this off, the rest of the league will feel the shockwave. Think about the landscape of the West. You have the Denver Nuggets, the Phoenix Suns, the Lakers. Every contender is armed to the teeth. Adding a player like Keldon Johnson doesn't just make the Warriors better. It changes the entire calculus of the conference. It gives us a new dynamic, a different kind of weapon to deploy in a 7-game series. It would be a clear message that the 2022 champions are not a fading memory, but a very real and present threat to reclaim the throne. This potential move is more than just a rumor. It's a test of our franchise's identity and ambition. So, this is the crossroad the Golden State Warriors find themselves at. Do they stand pat, trusting the current core and hoping for internal development from the young guys? Or do they push their chips to the center of the table for a proven talent like Keldon Johnson, A move that raises their ceiling immediately but shortens their runway for future? It's a franchise-defining decision that could determine the final chapter of this historic era. I need to hear from Dub Nation on this one. Is Keldon Johnson the guy? What would you be willing to give up to get him here? Would you part with Kuminga? Moody? Both? Let me know what you think the trade should be, or if we should even make one at all, down in the comments. Let's really get into it. And if you believe the Warriors need to make a bold move like this to get back to the top, show your support and smash that like button.